The last speaker of this arena, then we'll have the roundtable. So I can welcome Mr. Jérôme Bailly, who is a passion-driven business developer. He guides companies in their innovation projects, started his career digitalizing communication, then commerce, and is now digitalizing money and assets. He started with the first project to help an EPFL startup to raise money. He has been involved with the Crypto Valley Association since 2018 and is now a board member since May 2021. He recently joined Adnovum at Lausanne, and he will now be presenting digital assets for banks and finance. Thank you.
Thank you, Alexandre. Hi, everybody. Before, I want to really thank Olivier and Christian for allowing us to be there today, because I don't know for you, but it's a real pleasure to finally be able to meet real people, not being all day in front of screen, Teams, Zoom. So yeah, it's one of my first conference for more than a year. So really happy to have real people. So thank you again, Olivier and Christian. Yeah, so I will talk about digital assets and how to adopt it safely. Thanks for the introduction, Alex. So first of all, I will define what are digital assets. There are three kinds of digital assets. The first one is maybe the one that you all know, is cryptocurrencies. So here's the top 10 of crypto. What's defined cryptocurrencies? The medium of exchange based on a distributed ledger technology with a strong cryptography. With this model of public and private keys. There are more than 12,000 crypto available on the market with a total market cap of more than $2,000 billion. So let's take the one that you know, of course, is the Bitcoin. The figures have been taken a few days ago, last week. So the 3 months plus 33%. Of course, year to date is plus 32,000%. Skylar talked about Tesla. So you know the market cap of Tesla is 753 billion, and the market cap of Bitcoin is 831. So it's bigger than Tesla. If you compared Bitcoin with the other assets, so Bitcoin is here on orange. You will see that now it's around 40% of the total market cap of crypto. The second is the well-known Ethereum, which, by the way, has a foundation based in Switzerland, in Zug, Cardano also in Zug, and all the other top 10. So you see it's still quite dominant, 40%, but it's getting more balanced now with Ethereum getting higher. The second digital asset are the digital currencies. And in digital currency, we can see two different types. The first one are the stablecoin. The stablecoin are stable compared to the previous crypto that are highly volatile right now, that's true. And they are either pegged to a commodity or a currency or managed by an algorithm. So I just took the one that you might know, the one that might come this year in Q4 is Diem. It was also previously known as Libra. It's a stablecoin based on the dollar. So 1 Libra dollar will always be $1. There won't be any variation. And you see the members, there are more than 25 members. Of course, Facebook is one of the founding members, but you can see other brands like Uber, Spotify, Temasek from Singapore. So it makes several billion of users that will be able to use this stablecoin within their technology app. The other digital currency are the CBDC, for central bank digital currency. So it's a bit different. Some people would say it's not a real crypto, but I still define here. It's more digital fiat currencies that are issued by a central bank. So like more than, you see, 60 different central banks are right now exploring CBDC. It could be either for retail, so for you, so replacing your cash, or for interbank transaction. So the more advanced are the Chinese with the digital yuan, which is an really B2C. This is really an advanced testing phase. And talk about Switzerland, so the SNB is for now against retail CBDC, so they won't replace the paper note that you have in your physical wallet, but they are now testing interbank CBDC for the digital Swiss francs. Third category that might be one of the most interesting for people in finance are the tokenized assets. So tokenized assets, especially for non-bankable assets, it could be real estate, art, and maybe most interesting, the private equity in SME. So if we look at Switzerland, there are more than 500,000 companies in Switzerland. Only a bit more than 200 are listed in the SIX stock exchange, and we can qualify around 5,000 Swiss companies as high growth that could be tokenized into security token. And as you said before, I think now we have passed the Swiss DLT law, which allowed and eased the tokenization of assets. So that's the third part. So where are we right now in the digital landscape, the digital assets landscape in Switzerland? So we have the crypto banks. You have maybe heard about Signum and Seba, who are FINMA banks, FINMA accredited banks in Zurich and Zug, which of course are doing crypto, or only crypto. Then the online banks, the Swissquote banks, the new app that they launched with PostFinance U. Then we have the B2B banks also. They are all really into digital asset already, like Hypotheker, Lensburg, Incor. The broker Bitcoin Swiss, which might be the most booming company in Switzerland, almost 300 employees. They were less than 100 last year. The exchanges, so SIX stock exchange, so the Swiss stock exchange, has launched or has got the FINMA approval 3 weeks ago of SDX, Swiss Digital Exchange. So the Swiss exchange will be able to have this exchange for digital assets. Taurus also launched the TDX in May. And yeah, we also have some private banks. Slowly but surely, in Geneva, we have Arab Bank, Merki Bowman in Zurich, Bordier in Geneva, which partner with Swissquote. Julius Baer acquired 20% share in Seba Bank, the Spanish BBVA and the Russian Gazprom Bank. And one slide to show you that is quite massive right now. I will show you one slide from the public figures of Swissquote. So for first semester of 2021, you see the net revenue of Swissquote increased by almost 70%. And you see where it comes from. The yellow, this is the crypto asset revenue based off of Swissquote. It made more than 1,000% increase in the first semester of this year. So you see, Swissquote is making almost the same money with crypto than in traditional fees and commission. So now, how to do that? Quite a lot of challenges. First of all, I don't know if you can see, this is a Deloitte Global Blockchain Survey, and the question was, what role will digital asset have in your organization project? First, the custody of the digital asset, storing, securing the asset. Second question, what are the biggest obstacles of the acceptance of digital assets globally? Of course, cybersecurity. Why? Because you've all heard about that story of lost keys and lost assets. So new market, new rules. You have new competitors on the market like crypto exchange from US, from Asia, from Europe also. New custodian, but it's also new opportunities for bank and financial institutions to develop their own capabilities. But to do that, they will need to rely on new infrastructure, new technical infrastructure, and new process and procedure. So what are the solutions? first of all, one slide on the concept of keys, because they are at the core of digital assets. Public keys are like your IBAN. So you give the public keys to anybody to send you some crypto. But private keys are super important. It's like your super important password. Why? Because there is no central authority in decentralized blockchain. That's the whole concept. So if you lose your keys, or if they are compromised, then there is a big risk that you lose all the assets. So of course, there are solutions, and these solutions are digital asset custody solutions, which can secure the private keys and their backup. So what can you do? First of all, you can do it yourself, doing the self-custody if you're a bank. The downsides are the low customization of doing that. It also takes you a lot of time, so the scalability are quite limited. In terms of governance, it will enforce you to have a lot of manual check. And in terms of your client's perspective, if you are banks or financial institution, of course, it will looks like a bit slow and expensive. So it's definitely not for institutional investor. What we recommend are third-party digital asset custody. They are like the greatest level of security. More for investor and institution. In 2 words, you can ever have hot wallets that are connected to the internet, more easily accessible but more risk, and cold wallets that are offline, that are physical hardware, and of course less UX, less accessibility, but of course the highest security. That's why we are pushing more into cold wallet for our banking clients. There are very interesting solutions available on the market. Most of them are Swiss, at least the first three cold wallets. Taurus, Geneva-based company that raised 10 million Swiss francs last year in the Series A. Metaco in Lausanne, also a booming startup. Crypto Finance in Zurich, recently acquired by Deutsche Börse in June. And we can also talk about Ledger Enterprise, it's a Paris French company, but they are opening office in Geneva and Zurich. And they recently have done one of the highest fundraising in crypto in Europe. So they have money to invest in their enterprise solution for banks. So they are all HSM solution, but there are also some other MPC solution, which are, you see, most of them are from Israel, and it's also interesting to think about that option. But we clearly recommend one of the 4 solutions that are mostly used within Swiss banks. How can we help at Adnovum? First of all, the consulting. It's not easy to make the first step in digital assets. Then cybersecurity, remember, on top of the list of the risk was the cybersecurity. So we can do some technical review of the solution available on the market and recommend the best for you, or the best set of solution, because you could have several. We could also design the security concept, and then, of course, integrate the system to your whole IT solution up to your core banking system. So yeah, that's what we do at Adnovum. 3 last slides to finish. So we are a Swiss-based company, headquartered in Zurich. We just opened our office in Lausanne for the Romand market that I'm managing, and we have 700 employees. We are mostly working in fintech for 70% of our activity. And yeah, we have developed the crypto storage solution. So of course we know this solution, but we are totally neutral. We can also recommend and integrate Taurus or Metaco. And in the traditional fintech, the old school fintech, we are the partner of UBS for all of their fintech, like the UBS mobile banking that some of you might use, the e-banking. We have developed Twint that you also might know. And we're working with private banks like VP Bank in Liechtenstein. And yeah, our solution also for the passwordless access for e-banking and the mobile banking secure 80% of the Swiss e-banking transaction. So I'm sure most of you are using the passwordless solution of one of this client of ours. Okay, and yeah, last but not least, we joined last July the Crypto Valley Association, which is one of the most recognized associations in Switzerland and in Europe for anything about crypto. Everybody is welcome if you want to learn about this exciting new world. Feel free to join the Crypto Valley as an individual or company. Thank you very much, and see you soon.